All good. So this is my in the bag for 2024. This is what I've been throwing for most of the year. My bag is fairly changing all the time. Some discs go in and out, but this is what I mainly throw and what I will be throwing for the last couple of tournaments this year. So this year I've switched putters. I've been using the P1s. These are the ones with glow in them, and I think they're Flex 3, so they're pretty stiff, very straight and very glidey. And yeah, I have been loving these. For my throwing putters, I have an old S-Line P3X. I've been had this in the bag for a long time now. It's basically just dead straight, so I don't use it too much, but when we get into the wooded courses, I do pull it out. Then I have 3 Tactics. I have this soft one that is basically my flippy putter. I throw it on backhand and it will flip all the way over, and sometimes for touchy sidearms as well. It is in the soft plastic, so it likes to stick to the ground, which is good for me because I have way too much spin for them to stick. This one is probably my favorite in the bag. It's just an old Razor Claw 1, but one of the ones that are a little bit more overstable, so it can really handle all the power. I can throw it full power and it'll go dead straight, and it'll go dead straight for a long time. Yeah, if you want to see me throwing this, you can check out the coverage from the Danish Championship. I pull this one out quite often. Razor Claw 2, basically same thing, but just more overstable. So for some flex shots, I use it. I use it a lot for my approaches actually, both sidearm and backhand. Then we go into mid ranges. Don't bag too many mid ranges. I really do most of my work with the Razor Claws, but I have a couple. I have an old MD3 with glow. This one I barely use, but sometimes it does come out when I need like an understable mid-range or something that just holds the anhyzer the whole way. Yep. I have the new MD4. Right now I have the Metal Flake one in here, but usually I do bag the Swirly S-Line one. But yeah, it's the perfect mid-range for me. It basically goes almost dead straight, but with a stable finish in the end. They are very overstable compared to like an MD3 or maybe some of the older MD4s. But yeah, it's basically a big brother to the Razor Claw. I can throw it like 10 meters, 15 meters longer, and they have a little bit more integrity. So yeah, definitely get your hands on one of those. Then the last mid-range is just an MD5 in S-Line. Sidearm, backhands, basically a big brother to the Razor Claw 2. It goes just a bit further. All right, moving into fairways. This one I've had in the bag for basically before I started with Discmania. It's a Neo Instinct that is very beat in now. It's my hyzer flip fairway driver in the woods, but it also has a little bit of comeback in the end if I wanted to, so it basically flies as long as a driver as well. So yeah, I will be pulling that one out for all the wooded courses. We have a FD1 C-line and specifically a white one. These are the most stable run of the FD1s. Usually I carry one that is a little bit more beat in, but I'm trying to beat in a new one. But yeah, this can basically do all of it, so very workable. Yeah, I use it quite a lot actually. And then of course I have to have an FD3 in here. This one I got from Philip from Discimport, so thanks to him. This one is actually the perfect stability for me in an FD3. Quite overstable, but it still has some glide to it. So yeah, that's exactly what you want. So I can throw it sidearm and backhand. Then I have some PDs in here, which I've not been bagging for a long time, but yeah, they've found their way back. I have a first run PD that I actually put in the bag just before the Danish Championships, and I was like, maybe it will do some good, and I ended up throwing it for almost half the holes. So yeah, this is very workable. It can hold a turn, but if I put it on hyzer, it won't really flip over. So very workable and goes pretty far. And this one is just a fairly newer one. Yeah, just a bit more overstable, just trying it out. Then I have 5 drivers in here. My understable one right now, just an old DD3 in S-line. This slot usually it moves out quite a lot. I just pick whatever one from home that goes the furthest at the time, and right now it's this one. And this one I have been throwing mostly when I just need distance on the course. Usually I don't throw the understable one too much, only if I need like really big distance. This one is what I usually throw. I can put it on a little anhyzer with full power and it'll get the full flight with a little bit of comeback. So this one I probably throw the most when I need max distance. But otherwise I usually throw my PD2s. And right now I have 3. I have the Skystone, which is, it's still pretty stable, but I will get a lot of distance out of it still and a little bit of turn, but always with the dependable finish, of course. So I use that one mostly, but if I really want the overstability, I gotta use the prototype run of the new PD2s, which are just insanely overstable. This one I've beaten in quite a lot now, so it will get some turn to it before it comes down on extreme hyzer. But yeah, I just absolutely love these. I can rip them on any and I know that they will come out of it. Especially this one, which is like almost brand new. Yeah, they are incredible and is just exactly what I have been looking for in a driver that can hold up to headwind for me and just, yeah, perfect driver. I have 3 discs up here, which is more utility for me. This one is a function, only for rollers or if I'm in a weird spot in the woods or something where I need something super understable. Yeah, I don't use it too much, but sometimes I will take it out. I have a splice, which is not a utility disc for me because I throw it so much. But it's basically just a bit more overstable than it's a lot more overstable than the FD3. So if I just want something that is super dependable, I will use this. I can still throw it like 120 meters, so it will come out. And maybe my favorite disc in the bag, of course the tilt, I have to have it. I use it quite often, probably a lot more than any other of the Discmania players. Basically every time there's an open spot up to 90 meters, I will use it. Both sidearm and backhand actually. So yeah, and for all kinds of scrambling, it rolls as well. Yeah, this one I can never go to the course without. That's basically all the discs in the bag. Then I just have the usual stuff like water bottles, towels, and something to keep me dry. Snacks and that kind of stuff. And the bag itself, thanks to Joseph from European Birdies for giving me this. It must have been the best bag I've ever had. Feels like almost nothing when I wear it. I used to have problems with my shoulders and I haven't really had that a lot since I got it. So yeah, holds all these discs for me, which is more than you need. So yeah, thank you and Thank you, Discmania, for, of course, sponsoring all the discs and helping me on tour. And thanks to Discimport for helping me as well. I think that is it, and I will see you at USDGC, which is what I'm training for right now. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.